All right, I keep flip-flopping how I want to control the robot. So I've been experimenting with different wireless connections between Arduinos and things. And you can do Wi-Fi, you can do Bluetooth, you can do LoRa, I guess, and other things. So I'm not quite familiar with the LoRa protocol, and I think it's a bit overkill for what I'm doing. So I tried Bluetooth, and I was able to use an ESP32 and receive Bluetooth. And I could send Bluetooth messages from an Android tablet. I couldn't get it to work with an iPhone. I think their Bluetooth protocol is weird. But anyway, I got it to work with an Android with a serial terminal on Bluetooth. And I could send a command like, you know, a string of on and off, and I could turn an LED on and off. And I got that all working. And then there's Bluetooth LE, I think it is, which is a low current for battery applications. Bluetooth is a bit power hungry and stuff. So I tried that out. So I've been about 3 days worth of stupid Wi-Fi stuff. I hate projects where you can't really proceed until you become an expert in a new thing you've never done before. Anyway, so I ran across this, which I really, really like. This is called ESP-NOW. And the ESP chips, this is an ESP32, the company who came up with these chips, the Express, created their own protocol from part to part. And it's a Wi-Fi protocol, but it's super low battery consumption. It like sleeps and then it wakes up when it hears something, and it's very low power. So they have their own protocol. And there's an Arduino library for ESP-NOW. So I'm going to demonstrate that today. So what I have here is an ESP32 running a receive program. Now, each ESP32 module, this one here is a WROOM, W-R-O-O-M, and there's some that are W Rover, I think. There's an ESP6288. There's an 8266. Maybe it's an 8266. Anyway, that chip is compatible. It's in the family. And I got that to work also, but it's a bit slow. These guys are much, much faster and faster to program and stuff. So I'm going to go with the ESP32s. Now, each module has Wi-Fi built into it, has the wireless built into it. The antenna is right here. It's all black right now, but the antenna is right here. It's a wiggly PC board antenna. Each one has its own MAC address. So it's a hardware MAC address that is independent. Every single one of these you buy has a different MAC address in it, okay? And you can get a program online, and you download the program into the ESP32, hook up a serial port, and then you read out the MAC address. And now you know the MAC address for this one. And I've numbered it number 2. So I know the number 2 MAC address. Here's one over here. This is my number 1 MAC address. And so I did that for about 4 or 5 ESP32s. And I have all the MAC addresses. Now, the way that the ESP-NOW works is that you actually say, I want to talk to a particular MAC address. You actually have that in your code. You have the MAC address you want to talk to, and then you say, you know, send a message to that device. So it's MAC address specific. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this one as a receiver, and then I have a sender program over here. So this one's going to send something, and this one's going to receive it. So right now it's just sitting here waiting for something. So let me apply power to this one over here. Let's see, it is a micro USB. So let me plug that in. And you see, bang! It's already move that out of the way. It's already sending messages. So this is the I have it sending, this is a standard program that I found online. It's sending a character string, an integer, a float, and a Boolean. There's a data structure, and every single time you send a packet, you're sending all of those things over in the one packet, okay? Every time it receives something, I blink an LED as well, so I can see that it's, and that program, the send program is set up to send something every 2 seconds. And so you can see it here. Now there's one number that's changing. The integer number is a random number that it's changed of, so I can tell that each message is different. All the other messages are static, but the integer message is a number from 0 to 255. And yeah, there you go. So this thing works really, really good and easily, and yeah, it's working great. So I'm going to use this, the ESP-NOW. So I encourage you, if you do any wireless things, that's a great protocol. You can set it up for one-way communication, for two-way communications, for a node. You can have it do a broadcast to multiple devices. It's quite flexible. So yeah, I like the protocol, and it's super easy to use. So I'm going to go from there. What I've decided to do is I'm going to use the controller that I showed you for the Crowbot. I'm going to use that as my sender. So the code that I have in here will run on the Crowbot. This is the same module that's inside the Crowbot little handheld thing. Some people online use the PS3 controller, and there's Arduino libraries for that. But I like the Crowbot controller because it's all open source, and I have a display on it, so I can display messages and stuff. So I'm gonna use that. I've ordered another one actually, so I have 2 of them. I really like that platform. And then the OmniBot itself will then have its own board. I decided not to cannibalize the Crowbot. I'm going to lay out a PC board, and this will be the controller. I'm going to get some H-bridges to control the motors and stuff, and maybe a big display for the front panel and things, and it'll all get controlled with an ESP32. So I think that's where I'm going.